Welcome to The Explainer. Let's jump right in. Today we're tackling something huge and turning it into a totally manageable game plan, the Safe Pregnancy Blueprint. We're going to demystify all those overwhelming guidelines, separate the actual facts from the fiction, and help you navigate these next 9 months with absolute confidence.
I want to kick things off with this incredible quote straight from our source material. Pregnancy is not a prison of restrictions, but the process of creating new life. I mean, how great is that? This journey isn't about feeling trapped by an exhausting list of rules. It's really about safely constructing a temporary blueprint to build a new life. It's empowering, not limiting. And that's exactly the mindset we're taking with us today.
Okay, so you don't feel completely overwhelmed. We've organized this whole guide into 5 easy mental folders. 1. Food and medication. 2. Household and beauty. 3. Lifestyle and sleep. 4. Medicine and safety. And 5. Dangerous signs. Let's get right into it.
Starting off with Section 1, Food and Medication. This is your internal blueprint. Okay, we have to bust the biggest pregnancy myth right out of the gate. Sadly, you aren't literally eating for 2 in sheer quantity. So no, you don't automatically get an entire extra pizza all to yourself, as much as you might want it. Instead, you're eating quality for 2. That means you've got to ditch the raw meats, the sushi, and those unpasteurized soft cheeses like brie or feta. Why? Because those specific foods can hide dangerous infections like toxoplasma and listeria, which pose severe risks to fetal development and can even trigger premature labor. Stick to well-cooked meats and pasteurized dairy, and you are good to go.
Now for the coffee lovers, 200 milligrams. That is your absolute daily caffeine ceiling. To put that into perspective, it's roughly 1 to 2 cups of coffee, depending on how strong you brew it. Going over that threshold can actually impact the baby's weight and unnecessarily crank up their heart rate. So you don't have to give up your morning cup completely, just keep that 200 milligram limit in mind.
Stepping into the danger zone from medications and supplements now. The absolute golden rule here is never ever self-medicate. Common everyday painkillers like aspirin and ibuprofen, unprescribed antibiotics, and high doses of vitamin A. They can cause severe developmental defects or major complications during labor. And honestly, even seemingly harmless unprescribed herbal teas like sage and parsley can actually trigger uterine contractions. Just always check with your doctor before you take anything.
Moving right along to Section 2, Household Environment and Beauty, your external blueprint.
So you see that positive test, and you might immediately wonder, wait, do I have to abandon my entire beauty routine? Are all your favorite self-care habits suddenly off-limits? The answer is absolutely not. But we do need to make some really smart, scientifically backed swaps to keep the baby safe.
For example, swap out those retinoid or vitamin A creams, which are definitely proven to be harmful to fetal development, for organic skincare. You're also going to want to hit pause on laser hair removal. With your rapidly changing hormones, lasers can cause some seriously unexpected pigmentation issues or even burns. And when it comes to hair dye, avoid ammonia completely in those first 12 weeks. Go for safer alternatives like organic dyes or balayage, since the dye doesn't actually touch your scalp.
What about keeping the house clean? Well, your respiratory system is super sensitive right now, so avoid manual floor washing where you're constantly bending over and increasing your abdominal pressure. Just use a long-handled mop instead. And never use chlorine blindly. Always wear rubber gloves and crank up the ventilation, because those toxic fumes can cross the placenta. Oh, and completely avoid insect aerosols, especially during that critical first trimester when the baby's organs are busy forming.
All right, Section 3, Lifestyle and Sleep. Let's look at your physical habits.
Sleep. We all need it, but how you do it matters so much right now. Sleeping flat on your back, especially in the second half of pregnancy, actually compresses your vena cava. This can tank your blood pressure, make you super dizzy, and reduce oxygen flow to the baby. Sleeping strictly on your right side isn't great either, as it can press on your liver. So, your absolute safest bet? Your left side. This position maximizes blood flow right through the placenta and actually improves your kidney function. Trust me, investing in a special long pregnancy pillow makes staying on your left side so much easier.
Here is a hard number you need to remember: 5 kilograms. That is your absolute maximum lifting limit. Exceeding that drastically shoots up your abdominal pressure, which can lead to heightened uterine tone and even risk a placental abruption. Please don't try to be a hero with the heavy groceries or moving furniture. Let someone else do the heavy lifting for you.
Believe it or not, what you wear matters a whole lot too. Go for cotton over synthetics. Your body's mucous membranes are way more sensitive right now, and cotton helps prevent infections. You'll also want to swap out any tight corsets or restrictive clothing for loose fits. This keeps your blood circulating nicely and helps prevent varicose veins. And please, for your own sake, ditch the high heels. Your body is producing a hormone called relaxin, which literally softens your joints and ligaments. Balancing on heels right now just makes falls and severe back pain way more likely.
On to Section 4, Medicine and Safety. Let's navigate some of those everyday risks.
This next one is huge and honestly a source of so much anxiety. Do microwaves and cell phones actually harm the baby? Look, a lot of parents fear everyday tech, but our source makes it abundantly clear. Standard functioning microwaves and cell phones do not emit harmful radiation to your baby. That is just a myth. However, late-night doom scrolling on that phone, that will absolutely wreck your melatonin production, totally disrupting the deep rest that both you and the baby desperately need right now.
So when it comes to office and tech safety, the real danger isn't screen radiation at all. It's sitting completely still for hours on end. Try adopting this workflow. Sit and work at your computer for a maximum of 45 minutes. Then, you literally have to stand up, walk around, and do some eye exercises for 5 to 10 minutes. This structured movement stops your blood from pooling, prevents swelling, and keeps your circulation moving perfectly to support the baby.
Now, please don't let pregnancy make you skip the dentist. Ignoring cavities is actually a massive risk because you're harboring a continuous infection right in your body. Second trimester dental work using safe, specialized anesthesia is highly recommended. On the medical front, avoid live vaccines like rubella and definitely skip the hot saunas. Stick to inactive vaccines like the flu shot and keep your showers warm around 37 degrees Celsius so you don't accidentally overheat the baby's environment.
For the cat owners tuning in, you finally have the perfect medical excuse to get out of a major chore. Changing the cat litter box yourself is incredibly dangerous because of the risk of toxoplasmosis. That's an infection that can cause severe neurological and visual damage to the baby. Safe pet care means delegating this task entirely to someone else in the house. If you are absolutely forced to do it yourself, you must use thick rubber gloves and wash your hands immediately and thoroughly.
Finally, Section 5, Dangerous Signs. Let's talk about the red flags.
Knowing exactly when to act is absolutely crucial. Never, ever try to just wait it out at home if you experience bleeding, brown discharge, or sharp lower abdominal pain. If you suddenly get severe swelling along with a bad headache, that could be a huge red flag for preeclampsia, which is a very dangerous blood pressure condition. And really importantly, if you notice a lack of fetal movement for more than 6 to 12 hours in the later stages, or if you experience premature leaking of water, you need immediate medical attention. Do not hesitate.
To sum this all up, just fall back on these golden rules. Practice moderation in literally everything. Your food, your movement, your emotions. Maintain strict hygiene. Always consult your doctor before you try any new pill or random remedy. Prioritize your peace of mind, which means staying far away from those late-night internet panic forums that just spike your cortisol levels. And finally, stay on top of your medical checkups so you're always ahead of the curve.
A healthy, calm, and empowered mother is quite literally the best guarantee of a healthy child. So how well do you know your rules? We've covered a tremendous amount of ground today, from tweaking your sleep position to rethinking your skincare and setting healthy boundaries at work. Remember, you are building a blueprint for a brand new life, and now you have the exact knowledge to do it safely. So which of these safety swaps are you going to implement today? Keep learning, stay empowered, and we will catch you in the next Explainer.